Hello, welcome to the Old Man Orange Podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
And I'm Ryan Dunigan.
We're going in our somewhat segment of like, let's find some old movies that nobody talks about anymore that have been kind of forgotten in like the depths of time.
Obscure animated movies, yeah.
The obscure ones. And it's funny because whenever you find one obscure one, you literally come around, you're like, oh, you find some other one, you're like, that looks fucking cool too. Like, where was that when I was a kid? And I was like, maybe it was at the VHS rental shop, maybe, but you had like probably 100 choices and you can only take one home.
Yeah, well, look, this movie we're going to be talking about, Starchaser, The Legend of Orin. You look at the cover of this movie, and it looks like some He-Man, like some quasi-Star Wars, I mean, definitely pulls from Star Wars, but you look at the cover, it looks like a Star Wars, Saturday morning, He-Man bullshit. But then you watch it, I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't exactly like an adult movie, but it's that between line between, like Disney and heavy metal.
Yeah, it's
kind of like rock and roll.
Yeah, it's in that like in between thing. And this is the weird thing too, is because everything seems to compare this movie to like, oh, it's like a Star Wars knockoff, or it's a Star Wars knockoff, but I love it, and things like that. I kid you not, in watching this movie, if nobody would have ever made that reference, I would have been like, I would never cross my mind that this was Star Wars, like even a vibe or feel. I mean, granted, it comes in like, it's 85, so it's definitely like one of the trilogies as popular as all can be, and so on. But I'm like, so much of this stuff is like, what? It's Star Wars? Why? Because it's in fucking space? Seriously, is that what it is? Because it's got a fucking robot in it?
I'll be honest, I got some Star Wars vibes, like not beat for beat Star Wars. I think it starts off as, we'll go more into the details in a minute.
Starts off like Spartacus.
I think this thing kind of starts off feeling a little bit more like its own thing. Like it's still, you could say it kind of pulls from Star Wars, because what else in the 80s? Star Wars was the thing, it goes without saying, but Star Wars was the thing that brought in and mixed all these different genres, and people are like, oh wow, nerd shit's actually kind of cool. We should just beat the fuck out of these guys who'd read these old-fashioned novels and tell them they're fucking losers, but it's actually kind of neat. Okay, and then you had all these things trying to emulate Star Wars. I feel like this is one of them, and like I said, it starts off feeling like its own thing, but then it becomes more reminiscent of Star Wars, and I guess whenever you bring in the whole Chosen One thing, and then he has a quasi lightsaber that sometimes works, and then there's the whole, there's a thing at the end that's pretty similar to use the Force, and all the ghost Jedi's like, dude, you fucking did it,
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's got those things. I feel like those are those things where it's like, if someone kind of points out, it goes like, yeah, see how that's kind of connected? You're like, I guess, but I really did not like. It did not like. I was expecting this movie to be like a lot more like more of a blatant Star Wars kind of ripoff. I'm not saying that's like a bad thing, but I was expecting to be almost like the feeling like like when you get like Italian knockoff films. That's what I was sort of expecting here, and it was like, it's like, I mean, like, yeah, it's like, like anything, it's inspired by other things, but like I felt like it was pretty darn like its own thing. As I said, like it felt to me more like it felt like a Spartacus in space movie. That's what it came across. Except for it's not the very end. You don't have fucking Orin like on the cross being like, well, shit fucking happens. You tried.
What you gonna do?
Roman space. You're not Roman.
Well, I feel it was also pulling from Battlestar Galactica. I never watched the original, but just what I do know of it, it's essentially robots in space hunting down humans in space. Mm-hmm. When we get to the end, you're like, oh, the robots are the bad guys. Okay. And plus, even the robots look kind of like the Cylons, sort of.
Yeah, and they got a lot of robots in this. I mean, shit, it starts off with robots just fucking like electric whipping people, like mining in the cave down there.
That's the thing at the beginning. So the beginning of the movie, they're in the mine world, and I like the thing, because maybe there is, I can't think of a whole lot of animated movies that have the balls to do this, but the idea that like, fuck religion. It tries to manipulate you and tries to tell you what to do, and for its own personal gain, And the idea of like, never dig up, only dig down. Up is hell, So the idea that this whole society of these miners are being enslaved to dig, and that's the only way to survive. And they got they got what they think is a god coming in, telling them what to do, and the one young guy is just being like, I don't know, I just feel like there's something more. There's got to be something, Orin. I feel like there's got to be something more out there. And then there's like the dude that looks like the fucking bass player from Deathlock comes in like, just get back to work. Don't fucking question religion. Dreams? What the fuck are those?
And it's just like, you guys are like, just like enslaved to this mind camp. And I get it, like they're totally like brainwashed or something, but you think, be like, man, it's fucking shitty down here. I don't care if hell is worse. I'm finding out.
Well, that one guy was so blatantly like, what? It's good workout, you know?
I think that guy was paid by the robots to be in there. You know what I mean? Be like, okay, here's the thing, Bill. You can go in there. You act like it's not so bad. You know, you put in your 8 hours, and then here's the thing: you get to come back. You come up to the surface. You get to go to your apartment, and so they might question once in a while where you go every fucking night, but that's kind of it, though. You know, you still kind of tell them how good work is and how it's not so bad, and fucking get that fucking mind drill going and just do your fucking job.
If they really ask, then we'll, you know, they really ask, we'll give you a doctor's note, and they'll bring up the whole question. Oh fuck, you got medical? Who'd you get medical from? But fuck, shit. Now we're just digging ourselves into a deeper hole. Fuck, man.
As long as they're digging down, not up. Just keep that in mind. That's the slogan here. Got print on T-shirts and everything.
We slap it in the hallway as we walk in every morning. Down, never up. And he's got that girl who's with him, and, you know, she's all like, yeah, we can do it. They come across as they're digging. Once they're digging, don't they come across, like, the hilt? Or did the old man have the hilt? I don't remember.
No, they like, digging, and all of a sudden, like, you know, they're drilling to the wall, and then, like, boom, the hilt. And, like, it comes off like a full sword, because that's what threw me off for a second. I was like, oh, shit, there's this full sword here. And the old man's like, the prophecy is true. Grab it, Billy. Grab it. Oh, my name's Orin. Grab it, Billy, you stupid son of a bitch.
And then that's where they're like, look, we think there's more up there. Go up there and figure it out. You and your girlfriend bounce. And a little blind kid comes like, Orin, can I come? And he's all like, bro, you're like, how do I put this? He's like, oh, you don't want me to come because I can't see. Well, yeah. I mean,
pretty much.
You know, you have trouble whenever we play charades. Up there, it's 100 times worse, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm surprised you have not walked off the edge of any of these cliffs in here. There's no fucking security rails. I guess that's a tie to Star Wars too, but I'm only putting that together now that I'm saying it. You send a fucking blind boy carrying water with no fucking railings.
Prophecy, Han Solo figure, lightsaber-like thing, and no railings on anything. Yeah, that sounds like Star Wars. That's pretty much the main 4 things right there. And so then once they get up there, I'm gonna say I was a little sad because, like, you know, he's with his girlfriend, and I wasn't expecting him to do this, and I guess it's really catches you off guard. The guy who the thing's slowing down again.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, the thing was slowing down again. Anyway, so the guy who they think is their god coming out like in a big like mascot costume rolls down, and he's like, oh yeah, guess what? It is all fake. And this shot where he grabs the girl by the neck and lifts her up, and then you see her feet go limp. That's where I was like, oh shit, they actually kill her? I was really not expecting them to do that right there. But
no,
which is too
bad.
Bad,
movie.
I guess that's the point. Like, here's the difference between us and Star Wars. We kill the girl at the beginning. But I guess the other thing about that is I liked her way more than the girl he meets later. But whatever. Anyway, so
he's like, well, yeah, but she's fucking rich. Like, you know, I lived in the mines. I didn't know what like other possibilities were.
I just settled for the first thing that walked in front of me. So, you know.
Because literally, I was gonna fuck that Bill guy that came in if there wasn't anybody here. I mean, seems wrong and weird, but you know, it's when you're in the mine, that's all you got. Just mine down, not up.
The guy with the Death Clock cover band, yeah,
that guy.
So, anyway, so from there, they manage to get out of there, and then he gets up to the top, and he realizes, oh my god, there is this huge world out there. It's you know, and this part I thought was pretty cool because I guess you can say if you're going structurally, it's similar to something like running into Sand People or something, but I got kind of more of like a Mad Max in the Jungle kind of vibe because I liked how all the monsters and creatures were like these half android, half like abomination things that are just stealing limbs and attaching them to themselves. And the kid is just trying to survive, and these things, after he's like, oh my god, it's so real, it's all so beautiful, these things come running in out of nowhere, trying to like take his limbs and everything.
Yeah, the mandroids. Mandroid.
Is that what they're called?
They were called the mandroids. But it's just like, it's just like he gets up, he's like, wow, stars, light, trees, all this stuff, and then next thing you know, there's just like this hunchback guy's like, give me your fucking arm! It's a good fucking arm, too, look at it!
Give me your dick, too!
I'm gonna put it on my
Don't
forehead!
ask why! I need a new nose. No. And
Every
anyway.
time I tell a lie, I'll just have this big fucking hard dick and I'll run around town with it. Slapping people in the face.
And it'll be funny. Just wait and see. So from there, that guy, he ends up like, they have the sword, and somehow I think it only works in his hand. Like he has, or did somebody else have and actually swing it and kill one of the other guys?
Yeah, the hunchback guy accidentally kills like the woman mandroid.
Yeah. So that kind of brings up questions of how that sword works exactly. But yeah, so anyway, they're just, because the sword, it's just this hilt. There's nothing there, but it's like the blade's invisible. And he's like, oh, you use magic. And the kid's like, yeah, I use magic. Now cut me free before, I kill you too. And then he does that and takes off. And then out of there, that's where he runs into, his name is Dag, who looks kind of like, Frank Sinatra, if he was played by if Han Solo was played by Frank Sinatra, essentially.
Yeah, he's definitely got kind of like the definite, like, a little bit more of the older world, like, kind of feel to him.
Well, maybe even more than Frank Sinatra, maybe Bogart.
Yeah, definitely like that. Like, that's it. He has the kind of almost like a noir kind of take to him and whatnot. And so,
being the Han Solo tip figure, he's easily the best character of the movie.
Oh yeah, he's the selling point of it. I mean, like, and I guess he's a Han Solo kind of character because he's in like that, I don't know, because he's a blue collar kind of bounty hunter, or not bounty hunter, but like space pirate kind of thing. And he's got, instead of having, maybe if he had like a Wookiee type like creature with him or like some animal thing, but he doesn't. He has a computer inside of his ship, which I saw somebody's like, oh, it's like C-3PO. I'm like, a computer inside of his ship is like C-3PO, like
personality wise, I guess.
Because it's
they kind of take certain Star Wars archetypes and like divide them up.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Like they kind of like lo and behold get together and like take on off out of there. Because at first he's like, oh, I don't want to be around this kid, but this kid saved me. I kind of saved him. Whatever. He's got this like kind of nice long mullet thing going on. Like he's trying to be in like a Quiet Riot cover band or something.
I could probably sell this kid, make a few bucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there, isn't there? Do they go? I just watched the movie a little bit ago, but parts already slipped me. Do they already go back to the base for some reason, or do they go to the market, and that's where the space pirates start, or the evil Empire guys start chasing them down? Actually, no, they go
to the base for some.
They get attacked by the Empire type army, and that's where they start to get pulled in. And we see this one fembot there. It's like, oh, these goddamn, she's getting all pissed off that they're. All this firing is going on. These guys are trying to do their fucking job, and then like Dag, who's essentially space Bogart, is like, "You're coming with me, bitch."
Well, that's what I kind of love. It's like they're like having this battle, and they're like fighting their way out of like the robot army and whatnot. And so like we're gonna get fucking out of here and whatnot. And then all of a sudden it's like there's a fembot there. It's like, shit, I always wanted one of these. Just fucking grabs her, throws her under his arms. Come on, kid, let's get the fuck out of here. We'll tag team her on the way home.
You're stealing a woman?
Like
she's got a soul. It's okay.
He grabs that thing like so fast. It's like they're running out down the hall, and all of a sudden it's like it catches his eye. He does like a double take. I laughed so fucking hard at that part. Like it wasn't just like he's like, "Oh, use this as a way out," which never uses it for any of a way out. He literally just grabs that, makes some shit up about why he's taking it, and just keeps going.
He can use her as a fucking battering ram if we come to a thick door.
And then I love it's like they get in the ship, like, okay, computer, fucking fly out of here. You know what I mean? And he's like, I'll teach this woman not to talk back to me. Like, where's her main programming? And I like
in her ass.
He's like, computer's like, and he's like, come on, spit it out, you fucking computer. It's in her ass. Oh, okay, let me just rip this off and dig around a bit. That'll make her more compliant.
Strictly for science. That's all. And then he just takes a few switches, and she's all suddenly super compliant, super just like, oh, everything's fine. It's great. I love it here. Like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought. See, they don't got personalities. They're just a couple of flips away. There you go.
That's what makes that character like super fucking old world. That's like a 1940s character. Be like, oh, I know how to fix this woman. Teach her to talk back to me now. Ah, see? Just need a little bit of reprogramming.
And if that doesn't work, just push it on the stairs. That'll shut her up.
That's okay, I'm just reprogramming. Why are you reprogramming her? Well, you'll see. Because in about 5 minutes later, I'm going to take her into the auction lot. Get a couple of space bucks.
How could you? Shut up, you damn woman.
Just let me Lisa, and it's like, or just like so fucking oblivious to everything. You know what I mean? Be like, is that how you talk to a woman? He's like, yeah. Can't wait. You never talked to a woman before? Well, they had women in the other. Yeah, underground, whatever. Come on, we're going to go sell her. What? Oh, never mind, honey. Keep your trap shut and go make us some sandwiches.
Men are talking. And then the whole thing from there.
Because he literally takes the auction block.
They go to like basically the Mos Eisley type place. And this is actually something kind of interesting. I noticed that, I think a go-to for like the seedy underground place is always some kind of cantina or Mos Eisley-esque thing in science fiction. But I feel like a lot of that often pulls try to like something from like Lawrence of Arabia or something like that about some worldly traveler. And so I noticed this movie, like a lot of science fiction movies from this period, as well as this movie, is pulling a lot more from that aesthetic. You notice that?
Well, it's no matter what, you think about it, like even things like Halo, they always make the enemy kind of feel like they're a Middle Eastern person.
They kind of have a tendency
You know what I
to
mean?
do that.
Because even Halo, it just feels like, oh, here's like these religious kind of terrorist like people in space. And that
Halo is space Republicans versus space terrorists. Essentially.
Yeah, it's literally like the space Iraqi war. I always feel.
Yeah, it came out during Bush, so yeah, it makes sense.
And I feel like this one too, kind of like, no matter what, it's just like we're always fighting the Middle East. Even in space, we're still fighting the Middle East somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm. So from there, he's like, all right, kid, well, you go find your blade. Because he thinks he has to find a blade for the hilt. He thinks that's going to make the prophecy. So kid goes walk into some,
It was like some
just pawn shop. He's like, hey, you got a blade for this? He just drops down, like, look through this junk shit, the shit from my junk drawer.
Yeah, just some like Asian guy just fucking like, here, you want a katana, Here's some ninja stars. Oh, you don't like that? Well, whatever.
I don't give a shit. Yeah. And then he goes and sells the lady, the robot lady, to this auction. And from there, he walks by, and the kid doesn't really know what's going on because he walks by later, and he sees that the kid, that the lady is being sold. He's like, he doesn't really know, he doesn't really get what's going on.
They're counting to a higher number. I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And there's this lady who's basically a cross between, I think, Princess Leia and She-Ra from He-Man. And from there, he just keeps on going to higher and higher and higher. And then he says, like, all right, kid, you bought the robot. All right, great. Now pay me. He's like, oh, I pay you what? With credits. Like, what are those? He's like, oh, I own you now, boy. Get in there and start sucking. And then that's when, like, the Han Solo guy kind of comes back. He says, like, I suddenly gained a conscience. All right, come on, kid. He just gives the guy all the money he made and bounces out of there. But from there,
there's a part where I love the fembot. Literally, she has like a line like when they're kind of being taken from there or whatnot. I remember like that was another one too. She's like, "You were just trying to pull a fast joke on me." Yeah, the old joke where I leave you at like the auction block where who knows what's gonna rape you next.
Is that what he said?
No, but like that's just kind of like how it sort of felt. And she just blows it off like, "Oh, you."
Always the prankster.
Always the prankster. You know what I mean?
So from there, we end up. We find out that there's a bounty on the kid by the government, and their word got around through people in that area. And I think another shootout happens. They just barely manage to get out of there. Yeah,
because there's a handful of like just action scenes right through all this kind of in between stuff.
And then that leads them to it's a I don't know if anything important really happened right here, but I guess it's more of a character building moment between the two of them. I think because the main guy, not the main guy, the bounty hunter guy, his name is Dag, and he's like kind of bonded with the kid a little bit between here and there, and they're just dropping some products off to once again some evil Middle Eastern guys out there. You know, it's the
In like a
80s.
tent.
Yeah, in the future. So, and like, oh, so we heard that that this kid's worth a lot more than what we're paying you right now, huh? How's that sound? Like, oh, well, sounds like if I don't get on my ship in the next 5 minutes, this whole thing is rigged to blow. That's what it fucking sounds like. Like, oh, all right, you know, and they get in there, and that's where they have this little, like, Navi thing, always finally like, listen, you know, that kind of happened shortly after his girlfriend died. And, that thing starts buzzing around the chest of the money they just got, and there's a bomb in there. Like, oh shit, let's swing by. They try to just throw that thing out the window, and just like
It just lands next to those like Middle Eastern guys like feet. Like, oh shit, boom.
What you gonna do? Like little mini Hiroshima, it just happens.
Yeah. Be like, we'll teach those fucking dirty like, you know, Middle Easterns to, you know, leave us a bomb in their like sack of gold.
You dirty non-Christian heathens.
Yeah. Don't believe in the hilt? The hilt of Jesus?
But now that I'm thinking about this movie does just kind of like move quickly, really. It does just kind of go from point A to point B. They go here, they get into a shootout, they go there, they get into a shootout, and from there they get into another shootout, and that leads them to crash in on some, I guess it's kind of like this before Naboo, clearly, but this Naboo-like planet, I guess. And that's where he bumps into the girl at the auction who was trying to buy the Fembot initially. And they just come riding by on horseback, which, God, I can only imagine, like, that her little robot or her big-ass robot servant riding one of those fucking horses.
The horses, yeah, just like, hopefully he's made of like aluminum or something like that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know? Well, like, the rich chick pretty much is like, oh, okay, like I like this boy, you know, he's kind of retarded, and he believes that he came out of a, you know, a cave, but that's unrealistic. My father would never invest in slaves.
And she's just like, I always told father that I wanted a poor boy, and look what's fallen from the sky, for me.
Yeah, it's like that one movie.
Come now, poor boy.
I know it's technically a book, but I always think of it as a fucking movie. Shit, what's that one?
Animated live action?
Well, there's both of it. I think there's the one that's got the really fucking amazing Chris Cornell song in it. The movie version itself.
Great Expectations.
Yeah, Great Expectations.
Yeah.
That's like the weird '90s version one, but like I always think of that one like yes, mother, I want the poor boy.
Will we crush his spirit? Oh yes, it's the only thing to do to a poor child. It's what gives us life, dear.
So she kind of takes him home, and the robot's like, don't try a fast one there, you know, buddy. I got a fucking gun pointed at you from every direction. People be like, oh, Tin Can, you calm down. Don't you fucking call me Tin Can. I might get paid decently here, but I'm not gonna take that fucking shit from royalty. I'm a robot, damn it. I got fucking rights.
Unlike the chick that just got sold into slavery and then bought back.
Well, you know, this is, you know, 3085.
This is a different planet. This is...
Fembots don't got those same kind of rights, you know what I mean? When we were out protesting, you know, we weren't protesting for women, let's just say it here.
Baby steps. One at a time.
We watched how long it took man to, you know, go through his different rights, you know. We knew that robots were going to have to deal with something similar, so... Well, one at a time. We're not there yet for the Fembot.
So, from there, they end up... sorry, the audio went out again. So that's where... They're going to face off. They're going to well, we don't need to go and destroy the government. We can just go and talk to the man in charge, and he'll clearly tell you that you're wrong, and he'll fix all this up. Don't worry about that. And he's like, this is the same guy who's trying to fucking kill me. This guy who choked out my girlfriend.
I know, it's like that. It's funny how it's almost kind of interesting that both Orin and then the rich bitch are both super naive. You know what I mean? They literally have no idea how this stuff works. Orin because he lived in the fucking underground mines his entire life, and this rich girl because she just lived in her tower of her robot and just likes to buy people.
but going to the seediest opium den possible, like on this planet where human trafficking's allowed.
I know, you'd think she'd have some street smarts, she'd be like a Jasmine or something like that, but no, instead, she just, for some reason, just assumes you can just talk your way out of things. If you could just talk your way out of things, it'd be so nice and easy.
Or in her case, like, if things start to get really bad, she just throws a wad of money on the ground and just walks out. Yeah, like, exactly. This will solve it. Leaves.
That mostly works.
Yeah, usually. And this is where we find out that the main bad guy, this gray-skinned bad guy who choked out his lady at the beginning of the movie, find out that guy's a robot. And the robots are slowly planning this whole coup on the government itself, which I think that part's pretty interesting. And, the idea like, we will overthrow, but the thing about that is, I understand you want to give them more personality, but even though they're like robots, they don't really function or act like robots. Like, they double take, they like stagger, they stumble, they can hold hostages of one another. Like what you put a gun to like one robot and the other be like, wait, don't shoot him just yet. Like, isn't the thing about robots is they don't give a shit, So there's the whole thing about like, and I guess this is before they had a lot of AI fiction, or something like Ghost in the Shell or anything where like, oh, well, we just could hop conscience or something like that. But
there's that one robot too that like the spirit thing goes into its head and it's just like, life is not worth living, and just like blows his brains out. And everyone's like, oh, that's kind of ballsy just to, you still think about it, like, it's still like, in 1985, I feel like that's, even though it's not like a rated R cartoon, it's still pretty ballsy to have, in a sense, I know it's a robot, but I like to believe that it's all in the same kind of category, to have something just fucking blow its own head right off and just fall over just thinking that, like, life is not worth being taken over by some other fucking spirit. Even a robot knows that.
Well, here's my question. Did it just home in on the thing, and since the thing went inside of it, it shot its head trying to kill it? Or did it just possess it to shoot its head? Which, in that case, why didn't it possess anything else anytime sooner? Kill a lot more motherfuckers.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that, but, like, I really think the robot, like, was preventing itself from being taken over.
I feel violated.
Yeah. I don't know, just that old man's like, oh, but the old man spirit, suck my dick. Yeah, you'll figure out later on who I am, but right now I'm just a little firefly. Space firefly.
I'm all whimsical and shit. I'll be your navvy. Listen.
I'm your navvy.
So from there, I guess from there, this whole part feels kind of like the part in A New Hope where they're in the they're in the Death Star, just trying to get out, because that's when they're in a lot more like gray and chrome, like industrial areas, just getting into shootouts, trying to get out of there. And
they're kind of like in like a prison section too. Like some of that stuff kind of looked futuristic, but some of it almost has like that. It almost looks kind of like a castle, I guess you would almost even say.
Yeah, had some of that stuff going on. Yeah, and at some point, the kid ends up, the girl is thrown on like a battleship because like, oh, well, they're not going to blow up a battleship that has the governor's daughter on it. And the kid, throw him in the jail cell with the other asshole. And somehow they have the hilt thing. And yeah, this brings it back up because the little Navi thing, the old man Navi, goes inside the hilt, floats it over to the kid. And I understand that there's things that gotta happen, but it's just like, motherfucker, why don't you do this shit earlier? You could have done this to anything. You could have been like throwing swords and impaling dudes left and right. But anyway, brings the sword back to the kid, and the kid's able to like, I'll say this, maybe Phantom Menace pulled from this one right here, because that's when he just like Phantom Menaces the door by sticking the thing in there, melting it, carving it out.
Yeah, exactly. He just cuts his way through and so on, and then goes and saves fucking Dog or whatnot, or Dag.
Dog the bounty hunter.
Dog.
Come on, brother. Let's go save your woman.
Well, I was thinking like
Christ, bro.
Fucking like Spaceballs almost too, even.
Yeah. I did get a little bit of a Spaceballs vibe, a little bit. And so as they're going through there, they're just like, it's time to kill some shit. And it just bit this big rampage scene as they're just going through there. There's a big long battle that kind of happens, and it jumps from like spaceships to shootouts and all that. And we start to see even the robots start to get a little bit more like this can't be happening. This can't be happening. I think the other reason why they maybe made the bad guys robots is because they do a lot of like slicing and dicing with that sword. So they're just like, well, we still want to get a PG if we can, and we don't want to make it a lightsaber exactly, because then we'll definitely even get more shit for being a ripoff. So we'll just be robots.
Yeah, I think the robots is always an easy way. It's sort of like, as long as it's not for some reason humans not getting killed, it's okay how brutal and violent it can be. You know, if it's not humans, it's not real people.
Pretty much. And then from there, they
well, it's almost like that. They were like, Orin's like, I want to go save my new honey. Be like, well, we can just go on the ship. Remember that robot we got? We can tag team her and be safer. And be like, no, I'm gonna go get this pussy instead. Just starts running off. He's like, oh, I guess I'll go follow the boy. I like the boy.
God damn it.
He reminds me when I was young, and you just chase pussy into danger. When you get older, you just see you realize that it's all about the robot. You know what I mean? Shit,
ain't going nowhere.
Bend her over, fucking change her circuits around. Next thing you know, she's bringing you fucking sandwiches on your ship.
The thing about it is, people say they don't want the older model, they want the newer model. I'm fine with the older model, because that had an extension cord. There's only so many places it can go.
Yeah, I love this battery operated, fucking solar panel charged and whatnot. Like, shit, you don't know where she could be.
Shit, they get a mind of their own. They get this fucking, suddenly it has a conscience. Oh, it's real. Fuck that Pinocchio bullshit.
Yeah. Whatever, I guess I'll go follow the boy, because I kind of like the kid now.
So then, from there, from here, I think it'll get a little overly convoluted. Like, that's when they get in the ship. That's when they almost crash. That's when this happens. That's when that happens. So basically, short and simple.
They start just kicking ass all the way. Back to the caves.
A big space battle happens, and it leads back to the caves where Orin's from. And from there, he manages to get down. He gets separated from everybody else. Him and the girl. I think her name's Shira or something. Not Shira. That's the girl I got her confused with.
Shira.
Princess Leia ripoff.
Well, she's not even really a Princess Leia ripoff. Because that's the thing is, you keep mentioning like the
Princess
Star Wars.
Leia's better.
I don't really feel like I still once again don't see a lot of the Star Wars stuff unless you kind of make it out to be. You know what I mean?
I feel like anytime you have like the poor farm boy and you got like someone from space royalty who's, granted that Star Wars probably wasn't the first one to do that, but it was the first one to make it popular. So
yeah, but he's not even like a poor farm boy. He's like literally like
a slave.
He's like borderline like special ed kid who's just doesn't only because he doesn't know any better because he's been living in a fucking mine. It's amazing that he was able to count to fucking 2000. Like that's what I thought the whole time. I was like, shit, where did he learn that at?
Yeah, well,
I mean, where Luke Skywalker's just a kid who's like, he's just a blue collar kid, fucking, worked on
what's
the
this
farm.
guy?
Well, he's not
he's working the mines.
He's the slave.
He switched his sand hoe for a pick.
Like Luke Skywalker, at least he gets to go on the weekends and go fucking hang out, like with his buddies, fucking changing parts out and so on, and Uncle Owen
go to Tashi Station to buy power converters.
Yeah, he doesn't get any of that stuff. But I love when he gets back there and he's like everybody like, oh, Orin's return. He's like, I have literally seen the light. And that one guy stepped out like, oh, shut the fuck up. Don't you fucking dare bring that in. There ain't nothing up there. He's just a fucking heathen. He's fucking making up stories. Don't fucking listen to him. And then of course everybody's like, yeah, fuck that Orin guy. Trying to tell us there's something above. They turn on him so fucking fast.
And that's where the guy who comes out, like, they don't even get a chance for Orin to actually totally prove himself. That's where the main bad guy who usually comes out in a mascot costume comes out without the mascot costume and says, yep, that's right, you're all slaves, it's all a bunch of fucking lies, get back to work. Like, what? Oh, that's when they turn. And then from there, here's the one thing, during the space battle above, there's like some bad guy who there's like chasing down some bad guy spaceship, and they fire at it, and then like Dag, he's like, no, don't hit the crystals, no, and it just like a huge explosion happens, which kills who knows how many how many like diggers or miners down there in that process. But basically Orin has like a standoff with the guy, and that's where we get a chance to see him to prove himself. And they're like, you know what? The sword, you never needed it. The sword was in you the whole time. And then he just like Yu Yu Hakusho spirit swords the guy right there.
I will say this part's almost like proto Star Wars, because he does literally slice this guy fucking in half, and then he falls off like a ginormous fucking cliff to his death, like Darth Maul. Well, I guess Darth Maul was technically died, but he did die in 1999.
Yeah, as far as the audience was concerned, yeah.
Yeah. No.
So.
And it's just, but yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like, yeah, well, that hilt thing, it's just kind of like a guy. It's like training wheels. Where'd you get this power from? Well, you know the radiation that you like bathe yourself in every fucking night down here. That's pretty much
you actually all have it. If you just, funny enough, the whole thing that triggers this radiation is self-belief and confidence. Oh wow, cool. You all just do it. Like, okay, cool. By the way, you only have 2 years to live.
Yeah, trade off. So then, of course, now they're all like, yeah, okay, I guess Orin's actually right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, you believe me now that I fucking killed that guy? Well, yeah, but at first you just seemed like a dick that just disappeared out of, like, 2 weeks of labor. And we're like, where the fuck's Orin? You know what I mean? This cave ain't gonna fucking mind itself.
And the thing from
you left us with the fucking little boy who's blind. You know what I mean? He's the shittiest water deliverer. Half the time he drops it.
Yeah. Here's what we just do. We end up just putting like a circle of rocks around him and just kind of like say, if you touch the rock, you've gone too far. Just let him bounce back and forth for the last 2 weeks. He'll be in the morning. He ain't going nowhere.
But then it's like they all go up to the surface and Orin's just like, hey, check it out. Pretty fucking cool, huh? Like, I bet you didn't expect this to be up here.
That's when the Navi thing. I was so sure the Navi thing was going to be his girlfriend who died. But
I kind of thought that too. Is like, because that seemed like it came literally after she died. Then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm just a creepy old man's been watching you. You want to come join us? Be just like fucking on Oa.
You can be a god. Like, oh well, actually, I want to spend a couple years as a human first. Like, all right, fuck you too. And it takes off to space. And the thing is so it's kind of like the Hercules ending right there, which I kind of wondered, like, is that, like, I know it's probably less noble, but in Hercules, right as he's about to die of old age, he says, yo, Dad, can I be a god now? Can you go back on that? That's my question.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what it will seem like. Because he's like, you know what? Got a babe here. I got a couple decades I gotta kind of blow. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Pops?
I know what you mean, son. They just fist bump. And like, just a giant earthquake happens.
Yeah. But then there's the part I love. It's like where there's like the little brother. He's like, tell me what it looks like. What does it look like out here? He's like, well, Orin's like, well, let me show you. And then all I thought was like, it's like he puts his hands up to his fucking eyes. Like, I hope this fucking works. I hope this fucking works. Just all of a sudden, just a beam just goes straight to the back of the kid's fucking brains, and he's just sitting there fucking twitching like the fucking stepdad in Terminator 2. Or no, that's not the stepdad. It's the police officer in Terminator 2.
The police, yeah.
It's
my lucky day. I won.
Trying to think of who was the one who was twitching in that right there. Like, a lot of people get stabbed in the fucking head. Just the kid, just like, oh sure, I just killed my fucking brother.
Well, you know what? Like, Owen just killed his little brother. Like, well, I saved everybody else. What's one more by this point?
And here's the thing. Look at all this. If you were fucking blind, you'd want to be dead too, right? Just saying. You know what I mean? Shit, it's too hard to explain to him. And plus, I just don't want to spend the time doing it anyways.
Don't go to the left. There's mandroids. What's a mandroid? I'll explain later.
Watch out, though. One of them might want to put your dick on his forehead. Yeah, I don't know why.
It's a fashion statement around here. What? What can I say? Other cultures. They're fucking weird.
Shit, it was literally the second thing I learned when I came up to the surface.
Aside from my girlfriend can't hold her breath for very long. Yeah.
Yeah, but, fuck her. Found someone better, right, babe? Yeah, where's your dad's credit card? I got some spending I want to do. Never done this before in life.
So that pretty much sums up the movie right there. Now I will say
I really
the
want to
movie.
see Starchaser 2, where it's just like Orin just goes from being like the lovable, like anything's possible Spartacus kind of like revolutionary guy to being like, fuck, just doing all the things I never thought I was ever gonna do, and fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I want now.
He's just eating nothing but junk food, and he's just like, save the universe, can't forget that. Who saved the universe, you know? And the thing about that is...
Like, yeah, but who killed the fucking economy? What do you think made this space bucks go around? It was the fucking mine shafts. You know what? We all believe... That seems like such, like... Like, we all believed that it was robots that did the work, and it wasn't so bad when we thought that, you know what I mean? It's just that kind of, like, sweep it under the rug, you know? It's better you just don't know kind of thing. The second you tell me that it's a little boy in China putting together my fucking action figures, you're trying to be like, what, make me not want to buy them? You know what? Fuck it. Maybe I do want to still buy them.
Well, there's this whole thing about, like, in this movie, because it's not just called Starchasers, it's called Starchasers, The Legend of Orin, which makes me believe that they're like, I smell a sequel.
It's kind of weird because like that title makes it feel like it's such a sequel, but it still ends like you don't really like. It just ends like on a solid like that's all there needs to be, unless you're gonna do like Starchaser 2, like you know like Orin's like Orin's back in action, though he doesn't care to be.
Let's work on that title. Nah, it's already printed.
No, I was sitting here thinking about it, when I was eating all this great delicious food I got from a place called KFC, and that shit. There's all these things. And literally, I've been fucking 25 years. I was in a fucking cave. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna enjoy some life. You know what I mean? They call them seven deadly sins. I call them 7 deadly pleasures. I'm gonna indulge in each
like
one
White
of them.
Snakes. That's where White Snakes. Here I go again on my own plays as the credits roll.
I learned from the best. Doug, hey Doug, where you at? Where you at, Doug? We're gonna fuck that robot again, huh? Yeah, I know I'm getting fucking married on Tuesday. She ain't gonna know.
It's not cheating if it's a robot. Doesn't have a soul.
Shit, you're there too. You know what I mean? It's just like we're hanging out. It's like 2 guys. Shit. Our dicks might touch, it's just gonna be okay. I mean, like, that's like the last thing to cheating, because 2 guys can't cheat, right?
It's a bonding experience. Something I want to say about the movie is this is actually apparently one of the either the first or one of the first animated 3D movies, like movies to go see in 3D.
Yeah. Apparently there was like some other movie beforehand. For some reason, that movie doesn't fucking count.
Yeah. Well, like first like animated 3D movie.
Yeah, there's some other movie that kind of has it too. But, I think it's just that kind of thing. Like, I don't know, maybe it was a short or something like that. I didn't look enough into whatever the other fucking movie was to care enough. But that was the big selling point, though, of this movie. It's like, it's in fucking 3D. The Koreans did it for you. What do you expect? And it also had, like, CG in it, too, to merge that as well. Though, technically, Rock and Rule had CG in it, too. And that movie's beforehand. Yeah. So.
Now, to kind of follow back up on this right here, on the Star Wars-ness of it. Like I said, I think it starts off being a little bit more of its own thing. As it ends, it starts to kind of develop a little bit more of like what I think people associate as a Star Wars thing, aside from the space opera shit. And not enough because I heard people say this is blatantly nothing but a Star Wars ripoff. I think there's other things going on, but it definitely pulled from Star Wars. That being said, though, the animation is really good.
Oh yeah, the animation's fucking top notch. Another thing too, it also does a lot of things first too. This movie, it even has a 3-boob chick before Total Recall 5 years beforehand.
Yeah, in the background somewhere, and they do swear frequently, not like fuck or shit, but they do say damn it and hell and bastard a lot. Which is, you kind of look at the cover. This looks like something you'd see like on a discount rack at like like at like the $3 movies, like at So you look at it, I'm like, oh, this looks like something some people forgot about, but then you actually look at the animation and you're like, oh, this is more of like a heavy metal kind of thing than it is like a knockoff Disney movie or something like that.
Well, I'll say is that DVD cover doesn't really help the cause. Like, if you look at like the original poster, I think that looks a little bit better, but the DVD cover gives it like that. It looks like it's came on the same Saturday block as like the Zelda cartoon and so on. You know what I mean? And I like the Zelda cartoon, but it kind of gives it that feeling, like the
There's a bunch of people waving. Dak has his hands on his hips. People behind like cheering, like, yeah, man.
Because it's like one of those ones, like, because that's the only thing about like the '80s is the '80s is like once it has great like animated movies, but a lot of times a lot of the TV shows are kind of like not always like there. You know what I mean? Like even as a kid, I always kind of noticed that too. It's just like something cheap, you know. It didn't have that quality that like, you know, the '60s had, and of course the '90s had as well too. You know what I mean? You could almost even see it as like a fucking 6-year-old kid. You're like, I know what you're up to, Ronald Reagan. I know it. Might not know exactly. Don't know how to word it out exactly yet, but I know something screwy here.
The MGM DVD cover, if you change the name, I could honestly see that being kind of like early 90s or mid 90s, like Zelda cartoon. Like, you know, they just change. You're like, oh, well, they got the colors wrong, but it looks, he has long hair like Link, I guess, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It almost does have like a Link haircut. Just if you just threw a fucking like hat on him and everything like that and give him a tunic. I'm on IMDb looking at the different pictures of this thing, and the first one they used for the main profile picture looks really bad. It looks like some, you know, hey kids, watch us on 3 o'clock after school. Where the other one looks more of like, oh yeah, we're re-releasing this thing, and it looks a little bit more, like I said, like a cross between He-Man or Zelda. And then the one that came out back in the 80s, that one has much more of this Star Wars like type of feel to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Starchasers. What does Starchasers come in? Where's that come into? Do they ever say call anything? Like, is the ship the Starchaser or something?
I can't remember, to tell you the truth, exactly where it kind of was at or something, but yeah, you could kind of tell that like that later release, for some weird reason, it was almost like they're trying to like sell it to kids like past them. Where at first it kind of had that feeling like, no man, this is for you and your fucking rock band to go do on a Friday night. Because yeah, I know you don't got a fucking gig.
Yeah, well, there's even that part where, like, there's some jokes in this, because you say they were trying to market it to kids to a certain extent, later releases, but you look at it, it's like, it's not so bad. I think you could probably show this to a kid, but there's still some things, like heavy language early on. You got these mandroid things that they don't manage to kill any actual people, but they got these things that take people apart and throw their limbs on them, and then you got a dude, like, always smoking, always swearing, never know major curse words, but always saying damn it and hell and bastard. Mm-hmm. And then you have the girlfriend getting like just flat out choked out at the beginning of the movie.
It's like, it's one of those ones like, yeah, like realistically, I would say, yeah, it's totally easily could show it to a kid. There's no, like, really, you know, it's always funny how sometimes that kind of is. Like, some people will get like, oh, well, I don't know if I could show this like cartoon to a kid, but I'll show them this fucking rated R movie instead. And you're like, mm-hmm. What? Yeah. But like, you know, at the same time, it felt like it was just meant to be like, hey, it's a summer blockbuster, like almost like what a PG-13 action movie would be, you know, nowadays. Like felt like what they were going for is like, hey, you know what I mean? It's not like it's a rated R movie. It's just like, you know, anybody in the family could come see this. It's gonna be fucking cool and badass. And I still think at that time period, it's like Heavy Metal worked, but all these other movies, it's almost like they just couldn't like catch that same break. You know what I mean? It was almost like everybody was searching for that Heavy Metal money, and I think that is like an animator and an artist and everything like that. I think that seemed like such a glorious time. You're like, oh shit, we don't have to make just fucking stupid Disney shit anymore. Like, we can literally, like, you know, make fucking badass movies, you know what I mean? And have, like, you know, cool characters and adult themes and all this good stuff. And then it got to that point where it's just like, oh, for some reason, well, why'd Heavy Metal work? Oh, because it's got a fucking magazine following? Well, fuck you. Probably the reason why I didn't have a problem.
Well, I think something with, like, Heavy Metal, for instance, aside from it already had, like, a magazine.
Yeah, it's like the old school, like, oh, it had an IP already, it fucking attached, there's already fans attached.
Well, that aside, I don't want to, I mean, because this doesn't always immediately mean success, but I feel like the people who made Heavy Metal, they all had a vision. They all had something they wanted to see which wasn't put on screen before. And even though this might pull just a little bit of Heavy Metal, it's probably pulling more of other sci-fi films around the time, more so than Heavy Metal. But I feel like something like this, it's still kind of like, it's trying to like ride that wave of sci-fi movies that were coming out at that time. So for that, you had people like, Make it that he's like a chosen one or some shit, and they're just trying to figure it out. And I didn't dislike the movie. I thought the movie was interesting. I think if you're into animation and obscure old animation, I think it's definitely worth seeing. I wasn't blown away by it, but I liked the animation, and the first half of it, I was pretty intrigued.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the movie the whole way through. It definitely reminded me of one of those ones like, okay, this is that film. If you would have caught this when you were like 8 years old, it could have been one of those ones where you're like, oh fuck. You know what I mean? I think you really would have dug it. I think sometimes these are those kind of movies, like when you kind of catch them now, it's not saying that like they're not good, but it's like it might not be like nearly, like it won't stick with you the same way. Like I just think of it like if I would have caught the exact same time like I discovered like Transformers the movie, I think this one would have been like almost in like a similar category as that. But kind of now it's like one of those ones you kind of watch and you're like, oh, it's cool, it's interesting, but it's just kind of a more sci-fi good times, but doesn't have that standout feel, I guess you would say, as like Transformers or as like heavy metal or something like that of the 80s.
Well, something like even Transformers, even though at the end of the day they're trying to sell toys, and they're the people that are producing the movie like don't give a shit, like kill the fucking robots, I don't care, we'll make new toys for the kids to buy, even though those guys are footing the bill, you still knew there were people involved in that movie who gave a shit. And even something like Rock and Roll, that movie is too weird and obscure for it, not obscure, but too weird for it not to be someone's vision right there. So I think that's why something like that stands out a little more, where this one feels like a collection of all the things happening around that time. And it's not that it's not interesting, because these movies are time capsules, and they're interesting looking back on that. But at the same time, narratively, I don't think they always hold up as much as other things, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I kind of see what you mean, because it reminds me, like, this is the best way to kind of describe it. It's when somebody kind of puts together, like, they combined all the things they like, and they really almost kind of, like, they start just pulling from all, like, that stuff. And then it almost doesn't, like, you can do that where, like, you start pulling from everything you like, and then all of a sudden it becomes, like, its own entity. And then also you could be things where, like, you start pulling from things, and it just feels like, well, you just sort of kind of want to make this and that, and I mean, it's got a lot going on in it. Like, so that's why I feel like I hate when they kind of give it that Star Wars, like, it's a Star Wars ripoff, because it's not really just that. But there's so much more going on to it than that. I feel like the people that say that is the person who looks at the fucking movie poster and doesn't even fucking watch the movie. Yeah.
I was trying to look more into this movie, and I really couldn't find anything. If I went on YouTube looking at the history on this movie, it was mostly just like YouTube critics from like 6 to 12 years ago being like, oh, the most blatant Star Wars ripoff ever, and
that's what I just don't get that. Like, it's like, it's just not that. I mean, like, what? Because it's fucking in space. Like, yeah, then everything's a fucking Star Trek's a Star Wars ripoff. What came out before him? It's still a fucking ripoff. Like, shit. What do you want? Like, God.
It definitely pulls from Star Wars. I'm not going to deny that it definitely pulls. I think the later half of the movie definitely does, but I think there's still more to it than that. I mean, visually and just the way it looks, I think there are things that stand out. Just the idea that it opens up in a mine and it has this whole religious aspect of don't dig up, always dig down. Like that idea that, I think it has a great setup. And even when he gets to like, the kind of quasi Mos Eisley area, but I think that's just not even something strictly for Star Wars. That's something that's just in adventure stories. They always go to some sleazy town with a bunch of shady characters. I mean, fucking Harry Potter has that with the Dagobah Alley or something.
Exactly. See, Harry Potter, it's a fucking blatant Star Wars ripoff. Rah!
So even that right there, there's still those things that I think that because Star Wars did it, people always associate with Star Wars. But I think once he gets near the end, once it becomes a lot of space battles, and you have this chosen one thing, and he just believes in himself, and that's how he wins, I think that's where you get the Star Wars in this, just because Star Wars is what made that popular at that time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like what's like. I feel like the best way to say it, it's for someone who digs Star Wars and you want more. Starchasers is the perfect one to go with it. It's kind of like, it's sort of like, almost like if you like fucking like Indiana Jones, you go to Tomb Raider next. You know what I mean? And you want more.
Romancing the Stone.
Yeah, or Romancing the Stone. When I was a kid, that was my Indiana Jones. If I said, hey mom, can I watch some Indiana Jones? It'd be like, well, we don't have Indiana Jones, but guess what we do have? so that's how I always remember Romancing the Stone. I was like, well, when other kids were like, oh, I'm gonna watch some fucking Indiana Jones trilogy, I'm like, I'm gonna watch Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the Nile, so fuck you guys. But yeah, it's kind of like that, you know what I mean? And that's why I feel like it's never a bad thing, because I always like when there's kind of like, sometimes people get kind of like, they get bummed out when they're like, oh, there's just, movies are all like kind of like this one film. And it's like, that's never a bad thing. Like, that just means I get more of things I already like. And that's just like, I get to see different kind of takes and farther, directions to go with it and so on. Like it's just like Indiana Jones. Like, that's a great time period after the Indiana Jones movies come out, because then you get all those sweet, like, adventure films. Like, you don't even get those anymore.
Yeah. There's that thing about all these movies that have that echo effect with everything else, and there's the forgotten ones, and in those forgotten ones you can find things, because we went into Rock and Roll kind of blind, because we went into Rock and Roll and this blind, like, oh, those are some obscure 80s animated movies, let's check those out, since we already did obscure movie Final Fantasy, by which this sounds weird, seeing that's one of the biggest IPs ever in video games, but just saying, the movie's kind of obscure by this point, so let's do that. But anyway, so going into both of those, I definitely liked Rock and Roll the most out of the series of movies we've been doing, but this one's still interesting. I think it's still definitely worth a watch if you like animation and if you're into science fiction.
Yeah, I probably would say I actually like this one more than Rock and Roll. It's not that I didn't like it, because Rock and Roll is that weird one. Like, I remember when I was finished watching it, I was at the very end, I was kind of like, this is okay. But it was like, as we started talking about it on the podcast, I'm like, oh, I actually kind of like this a little bit more once we like went more into it,
Mm-hmm.
Where this one I felt like when I finished it, I was kind of like, I felt a little bit more solid with it at the end. I mean, I guess I'll give the credit. Rock and Roll's definitely more ballsy, because it's just like fucking weird.
Mm-hmm. Like, Rock and Roll, to me, it's just one of those things where it, I liked it more when I first saw it, just because I didn't know what to expect, and then I rewatched it again, because I rewatched it, and then, like, a few days later for the podcast, I rewatched it again, and second time around, I definitely liked it more. Well, the first time I already liked it, but second time I definitely liked it more, and then looking more into it, and seeing it was like this movie with this weird, complicated history, and just this idea that the villain is basically based off Mick Jagger, and Iggy Pop and Lou Reed do songs for him and all this kind of stuff.
It's just interesting how both of those movies are like firsts. Like, that's the first, like, Rock and Roll is the first like Canadian like full length movie. This movie's kind of got the first for the 3D, animated picture, I guess you would say. Give or take how you feel about the other film or whatnot. But yeah, it's interesting for the fact that these movies are kind of like first, but not remembered really at all.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that happens.
It's always that kind of sad thing. That lots of times that's almost like a good life lesson right there. That just because you're the first one through the door, that's not the most important thing. Because a lot of times people don't remember the first person through.
Yeah. Well, no, it's definitely an interesting movie. I'd say check it out.
But yeah, definitely worth watching if you run across it. And it's just cool finding these kind of like, old animations, because, technically we're never getting 2D animated movies really for the most part anymore anyways, About one of the only people that keeps that alive is DCU, and beyond that, I mean, that's still kind of it's like still quasi-CG at the end of the day. It's not the same as like a hand-drawn 2D animated film. But when you go back in time and you find these ones that you're like, oh, I never stumbled across this in my VHS store, it's kind of fun. So, yeah. I look forward to more of these, because I know that like once you kind of fall down the rabbit hole of these, you just find like, would you like to know more? And then you click down the next section, and it's like, oh god, look at all these other fucking films I've never seen before, and there's a long fat list of all that good stuff. But yeah, check out Starchasers, and other than that, go to oldmanorange.com for more podcasts, comic books like Pizza Boyz, that's Pizza Boyz with a Z, animations, and all that fun stuff. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes,
and I'm Orin Dunigan.
We'll see you some other time.
Later, folks.
Thanks again for listening to the Old Man Orange Podcast. Sure, check out oldmanorange.com for more podcasts, cartoons, music, animation, and a whole lot more. We also have the Old Man Orange blog going with all kinds of fun stuff. If you easily want to support the show, use one of our Amazon links either on the website or in the description of the podcast below. Rate, review, and subscribe to the show either on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Newgrounds, or anywhere else that you seem to get this podcast from. Grab the sitcom-styled comic book Pizza Boyz on either Comic Central, Comixology, or Amazon. Want more podcasts? Check out the Indie Comics Club over at Comic Central. I also got a workout website called Thor's Hidden Gym, filled with fitness tips and tricks, videos, and a whole lot more fun stuff in the calisthenics world. Talk to us on Twitter at Spencer S. Holmes and Dunigan Ryan. Like our Facebook pages of Old Man Orange Productions and Pizza Boyz Comic. Thanks again. We're out of here.